we're going to call this part 2 of how to paint a Blood Angels Scout Biker. This is on the low definition camera because the other camera seems to be acting up, so sorry about the bad quality, but we should be okay for this video. In the last video we didn't get an awful lot done, it was more just watching me paint, so after re-watching it and realising I can get a lot more done if I just show you what I'm going to do and then move on. So we're going to start off with Army Painter's Pure Red, and we're just going to give the whole bike a layer of this. It's very bright compared to the other red that we applied previously, so we're just going to stick it on and then we'll work our highlights from there. I'm not watering this paint down because, like the Vallejo paint, it's already fairly thin, so I'm just going to take it straight off the palette and onto the bike, and we'll be back with the next step. Okay guys, I've just applied a thin layer of the Army Painter Pure Red to all the areas of the model that I want to be red. You mightn't see it too well on this camera because it's low definition, but what we're going to do now is we're going to take some Citadel Mornfang Brown base coat, and we're going to paint all the cloth bits of the armour, on the legs, on the arms, gun holsters, and this piece of camo here on the back. They're all going to be done in the Mornfang Brown. So we'll get that done and I'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, I'm after applying a layer of Mornfang Brown to all of the cloth parts on the model, on the cloth on the back of the bike, the sword scabbard, this piece of cloth gun sling, and the shotgun pouch. I think that's everything, yeah? So what we're going to do now is we're going to take some Game Colour Vallejo Warlord Purple and apply it to the face. That's the first step. Now what you want to do is, maybe if I can adjust this slightly, you want to avoid the goggles here, the mouthpiece speaker that's kind of going up that way, and you don't want to get the paint anywhere else. He's not bald, he does have hair I believe. We'll paint him to have hair, so what we're going to do is we're just going to do this front piece here in the face in the Warlord Purple. I'll be back in a minute guys. It's kind of hard to see, but I've actually painted the face in the Warlord Purple. I can't get the focus. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some Citadel layer Ungor flesh and I'm going to dry brush it very lightly across all the bits that we previously painted brown. So I'm going to get that done and we'll be back in a minute. Hopefully you can see this a bit better now. So what I've done is I've just gave a quick dry brush over all the cloth parts as we said. So, no, not going to work. And you really need to get a better camera. I get my other camera sorted. So that was just a very, very light dry brush. And after that we're going to hit the metal parts with a null and oil Citadel shade or wash, and from there we can start highlighting up the metal, and maybe we'll move on to the little control panel there on the front. So first of all we're going to hit the wash. We'll be right back. Finally got the HD camera to work, got some batteries that actually work in it. It won't take standard batteries, they have to be rechargeable for some reason. Anyway, back to the tutorial. I don't know if you can, I think you can see it better now anyway. He looks a bit sick there with his purple face, but you can just see we've dry brushed the cloth parts very lightly. I must actually do that, but I missed that earlier. I might actually do that in red, but then I don't know, red on red will it look good? So the last step we did, we applied null and oil wash to all the metallic parts. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take, oh I didn't get the paint out, we're going to take iron breaker layer from Citadel, and we're going to apply a layer around the majority of the metallic parts. So for example, I'm going to stick it all across the middle bit here, and I'm going to leave the wash in the recesses and not paint over that with the highlighting paint, because then you're taking away from the effect. So we're going to do that across all the metal bits, leaving the wash in the recesses and trying not to get our paint in it. Same on the wheels, engine, anywhere that you have metallic parts in your model. So I'm going to get my paint and get stuck in, and we'll be back in a couple of seconds to go through what we've done. Okay guys, I'm after applying a layer of iron breaker, like I said, and I quite like the way the silver has come out. You can see it there on the, whatever you want to call that bit of the bike, and I like the way it's turned out with a little bit of the wash left in the recess. It's kind of, well, maybe you can kind of see it there, just a darker line. Applied that all around the model. Now I didn't touch the exhaust here with it, because obviously enough exhausts aren't going to be pristine silver after some usage. So I'm going to apply Agrax Earthshade, another Citadel shade wash, onto that to kind of darken it up a bit. I might dry brush some brown very lightly over that then, to give the impression that it's kind of giving off fumes. So I'm going to apply the Agrax Earthshade, let that dry, and as that's drying we're going to hit the cloth parts again with Ungor Flesh in a dry brush. So I think that will be the end of it for that video. We'll have a quick look at how it came out, and then we'll move on to part 3. So see you in a minute guys. That's going to finish it for part 2 of this painting tutorial. I've applied the Agrax Earthshade wash there. You probably can't see much of a difference, but it's just the way the light is. Another dry brush of the Ungor Flesh across the cloth parts. That will probably need to be done again because I missed a bit there. Well, I'm just doing this quickly with the dry brushing because I want to move on. So I think that'll do it for part 2. Stay tuned for part 3 guys, and if you like this video, please comment, rate, and of course subscribe. See you in the next video.